Hopefully it's something.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Just pick it. Yeah, just pick it for me.
Could be good or bad.
Excellent.
Whoa, look at that. We do some of these expeditions if you want.
Oh, I got to roll. So this is my last chance to get stuff?
Yeah.
Ah, crap.
Final round.
Holy crap.
Uh-oh, too high. Oh, too high. Jumps on you, it's too high.
Did we draw more dudes, Joe?
Oh, right. Thank you very much.
Oh, crap. I'm not going to get many victory points, people.
4,
You also not getting
5.
So Josh, explain to the camera what we're doing here.
Here's blue. Thank you very much.
This is Colonies of Venus. It's a prototype for Daniel Rocchi and Daryl Chow. They are not here at the gathering, so they asked us, son and myself, to pitch this
Just
for
last
them.
round or fourth
Became
round?
familiar with the game, and now we are pitching it to Mercury Games. There are 5 rounds. So this will be the last round coming up. We're well into the playtest, it's going very well.
Come on, Pete.
Pete, come on, Pete.
So I'm going to bump this up to a 6.
Right.
Down to
Basically
6.
told him what to do.
Oh wow, double bump.
Double bump.
Oh.
He's daring you. He's daring you.
And
You gotta get tools out of the
he
deal.
loves a double bump.
I've heard that about him.
Yeah. Poor Sen.
Got all that moonstone, you gonna spend it? No. Yeah, spend sort of. Sort of. I don't know, Theater. Another thing you really wanted, you have to take. It's the exact same thing. It's the same exact thing you wanted.
I'll take the free moon and
Moonstone.
Clearly.
Delicious food and delicious moonstone.
Okay.
Right, so those don't happen.
Wait,
Oh,
is it
you
a
won, right?
moonstone?
Yeah, we're
on
good.
Venus?
What's that?
True,
What's
Yeah.
a moonstone?
It's imported. It's like heavy in water. They bring it in every.
Venus has moons.
All right, so everybody gets their stuff.
Moons of Venus? Yeah, Venus is.
One food.
It's Venusian stone.
It's the follow-up game to this. Moons of Venus. 5. What is this? Food stone. Food.
Everyone gets this, right? These are good.
Yeah, there's enough there to support. Don't need your stinking moonstone. 3, 2.
I don't know what tiebreaker is. If there's one.
This was not a practice game, just so you know. This was the real game. Oh, no, it's practice. Points don't matter. Excellent.
You play the how to go last strategy? Is it,
Somebody had to keep Dave company or he'd cry.
Oh yeah, no.
I know we're blubbering all the way home and be able to see his driving.
In the case of a tie, the player who went earlier in the turn order in the last round breaks ties. So I guess it depends on where this was.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby, ABL! Feel it! Oh!
You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome.
All right, so
that was a glorious third place.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
any thoughts? Initial thoughts?
I think these cards need to be reworked.
Yeah, the expeditions.
The expedition
Okay.
cards.
Yep.
Some
In
form
general,
to
there's a lot of tension in how you place your
Yeah.
dice. Absolutely. I did find that you could mitigate it relatively easily with the +1/-1, so maybe make it harder to get relief ship stuff because you could by saying, all right, I'm going to play a die there because it really does benefit me to get 3 of those +1/-1s, and then I can kind of do what I want to do. I realized the reason it's there is that if I roll all 1s, Jesus, I'm screwed for the turn. But just make it a little bit more difficult to get the +1/-1s, but they are benefit. You need to have them in the game.
Okay.
In case you're
I
poorly.
think there's a slight disadvantage in going first. I mean, I know it's good to get the 2 in before somebody else gets the 2, but there's a slight disadvantage in going first. So with 5 rounds, with 4 players, 1 player gets stuck first.
That's true.
Yeah. So you're suggesting an more even number of turns?
If you have 4 rounds, then it. Sorry?
Going first is a huge advantage. Because your 6 can trump out anybody, they can't top you. And your 2 is better than my 2. But trumping only matters here and here, not here. The lower numbers, his 2 is better than my 2. He goes first, he gets it before I do. True.
But there's a lot of plays for the game. At the end, right? At the end, you're the first person to go. The last die roll, the last die you put down, you're the first person to go. Everyone else gets a chance to do something. So I would say that I'd say there's a. I mean, your opinion is different than mine. Mine, maybe if I tried.
I think I play with less of a whiner. That's probably the better thing.
Put that in the rules. Yeah.
Anyway, that's my opinion.
Yeah. Kevin, what about you? What are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I started the same. It's a good tense game with the only exception being the expedition cards, which there needs to be a compensation mechanic, or either compensation or a wager mechanic. Where I might not finish it, and the cost is going to be one of my dice, but I'm willing to accept that risk because then I'll own the card next round. And then that, towards your point, if that risk mechanic is in there, then they should be awarded both first and second if they're the only player to actually complete that card. Because you spent one whole turn and one whole die and you waited and then you came back and did it again. You really
now somebody might come and help you because they don't want you to do both. Yeah, how do you make it more?
I think that would make it more tense, right?
Yeah.
What are the types of feelings that you had while you were playing the game that were enjoyable feelings, even if it is stress? I know Dave was saying you were sweating.
I stress is good because you want to be able to do 5, 10 things that you can't.
Yeah, it's good level.
You want to have that in the game. If there isn't that, I want to do 5 things, but I can't do all 5. If that's absent, then you want to have that in the game.
Right.
It's a positive stress, and that's what you want to have. So I can't.
And
get rid of that.
Though the bidding does get tense, and you can screw with other people's advancement, that range attack is really nice to say. If I can't beat somebody's bid, and I can't do something with them there, hey, if I'm the last guy to place on that, I'll make you lose 3 colonists or 3 food. I think that's a really nice mechanic that lets you do something else to the other players. Because the only other thing you can do is outbid them, which is nice, but they can then come back and maybe outbid you. But that is a definite, I'm going to do something bad to you. That's good. That's really good. Don't want to lose that one.
What about the theme? Any comments on the theme?
The theme is almost irrelevant, honestly. It could be anything ultimately right now.
Right.
I don't feel like there's any. I'm just going to these sections just because I'm just doing that to do X.
Yeah, I'm not sure I felt like a Venusian necessarily, but
okay.
Well, you're a man, so you're from Mars. So
exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't understand.
Thanks, Danny.
But it doesn't detract from it, the fact that I don't feel that I'm connected to the theme.
Right. There's no real disconnect, but there's no real connection.
No.
Right.
Okay. But it doesn't hurt the game by not having this theme on it right now.
Okay.
Right. I mean, art will go a long way towards enhancing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I also think I like that idea of the Western theme in space. Retro. That's actually kind of a cool idea.
If you remember Brave Star, remember Brave Star?
I have a Brave Star action figure.
Do you really, Kevin?
You press the button on its back.
Is it a laser?
Yeah.
It's like a little dual laser blaster thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like the other ones would detect is it a light gun or these ones?
Yeah, I think it's like a phaser gun or something. He presses back and he goes like this and draws.
Detects hex.
With quick draw action.
Quick draw kung fu action. Yeah.
Yes. And speaking from your perspective, from Mercury's perspective, what would make this game even just 5% better than it is right now? To make it more Mercury-ish.
Classic Sen question. The 5% question.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
I think the compensation mechanic.
Oh yeah,
We already kind of covered that. We like to see some kind of fairness in play, so I still have some hesitation on as well the cards where you bid and get outbid and you get flat out nothing.
Yeah.
Some hesitation there, but I'm not sure how you can fix that. Overcompensating.
you get the relief shit.
I'm sorry. There is compensation. Okay. So then making sure there's competition on the expedition cards. I think it is the 5%.
Right, it's just those expedition cards,
It's
right?
tweaking it so there's a reason for me to go there. Because right now, I felt like there were better choices.
Yeah, there's incentive everywhere except for there. So
Right.
There's your 5% right there, in my opinion.
And if this game came back to you, say 5 months, 6 months, next year even, and something was improved about that game, what would you be feeling that would make you feel like, yeah, this is better? This is something that might be worth signing, this might be better, or maybe it is worth signing now, but yeah, it's definite now. What would that feeling be? What would have changed? On the board, in the mechanics, anything?
Gotcha question.
Yeah, it's a tough one, yeah. It's gotcha.
Because the obvious ones are the changes we just talked about, right? Making the compensations. Outside of that,
Yeah, outside of that.
I'm not sure.
Because oftentimes the publishers will tell us, I can't tell you what it is that we want but I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard that before from a certain fellow right there.
Yeah.
What would you be feeling? What would you be seeing that, even in vague terms, that would make you say, hey, this is much more in line with what I would want to sign?
I think it's probably a matter of exploring what themes are the tightest fitting themes, maybe a list of 5, and then say to the publisher, here's what we've kind of tested, people like it, is this close and we can tie it, and it's easier when the publisher can see what's possible as opposed to trying to decide what's possible.
Okay, good.
Could I flip that around and say one thing that I think shouldn't be changed? How about one thing that I would not think
Awesome.
was good? Would be, don't change the number of dice. I think it was the perfect number. 5 is the right number. Too many dice gives you too many choices. Too few dice, way too tense. So I think that's I think that's good. You don't need to play test the number of dice. It's a great number of dice to play with, just enough to go around the table multiple times.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. We really appreciate having Mercury at the table taking a look at this game. And thanks also to Josh Cappel for teaching it and helping out. Excellent.
Thanks, John.